What's going on, everybody? Hashtag Data Spartan back with a new interview today. And I am joined by the man himself, Mr. Mica Cooper. He is the CEO of AISUS. So, Mica, thanks for joining me.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, perfect. So, the topic I wanted to dive into with you today is it seems like there are a lot of insurtech investors who are seeing a really great idea. Let's go fund this thing. They're not necessarily following up on where that money is being spent. And that is producing a raft of issues. So I just wanted you to speak on that topic because it's very interesting. And it's gain, your thoughts around that.
Sure thing. We've seen a lot of this lately. Some interesting stuff, and I'm actually quite surprised that people are putting stuff on LinkedIn like, "Oh, I took my whole team on an executive private jet to a retreat to do planning to Morocco."
Yep.
You know what? That startup actually ran out of money,
Yeah.
so that was a problem for them. I've seen fancy helicopter rides. I've seen all kinds of stuff, fancy parties. It's like, really, really?
Yeah. Interesting. So why do you think that happens and where do you think that disconnect comes in where all this money comes in, but it's not necessarily funneling to the right places?
Well, I don't think startups are getting guidance. And I see VCs giving money and they're looking at milestones, but they're not necessarily checking in like on a weekly or a monthly basis. They don't, when we do a project, so if you were to do a project with, say, a Duck Creek or a Guidewire, you would have an account manager and you would be checking in with them weekly with a project manager. Hey, these are the tasks we got done. This is how much closer we are to our milestones.
Yep.
We don't see that kind of attention from the VCs. And honestly, they don't want it. The startups don't want it. But some amount of attention seems to be needed. There's two different tracks typically that we've seen. And we still see those today. We see the VC hamster wheel, which is basically, hey, I gave you $3 million. You've got a year to spend it.
Mhm.
Hit some milestones, give me some updates. We'll have a call once a month, but they don't really look at the finances. What their goal is really, are you creating something that we can then turn around and sell our investment into the next round, right? That's really, are you creating hype? Are you creating awareness? Are you creating a great website? Are you having good parties? Are you spending money, right? This is the whole deal with the runway, and we have to burn money, right? This is the Silicon Valley way. This is no longer the way.
Yeah.
We still see some of that attitude, but the other one is getting to black. So the private equity, they're more concerned with, I want to hold this for 3 years and I want to create an IPO or I want to sell into a Series B round or something like that. And so they're really looking at it from a longer term. They're looking at it from a different perspective. But in each case, we don't see this attention to financial detail. So we don't see, for some reason, I don't know why don't we see audits? You
Right.
know, if you're a startup, why would you not have an audit once a year? Why would you not be making sure that people aren't spending money on crazy stuff? I saw a London crypto startup. They did a $25 million finance round selling crypto, right? First
Mhm.
thing they do is they go out and buy, actually buy, not lease, not rent, buy an actual office and furnish it for $5 million. And then they bragged about it on LinkedIn. It's like, where's the accountability there?
Interesting. So yeah, that's interesting. I don't understand why, as an investor, you would fund these things because obviously you're expecting a certain outcome. So just to kind of like bookend this, what would your advice be to, I guess, close that loop? If there's the one thing that you think would be most impactful to close that loop to make sure the money is getting spent in the right places to then drive the return for the investor, but value for the founder, what would that be?
Well, you're not going to have a profit, so you're not going to have a profit and a loss. But definitely, every month you should be giving your investor when you have that call, you should be emailing them a balance sheet
Yeah.
every single month that is up to date. It should accompany that meeting, right? So you should be. This is your transparency to the investors. It's transparency to your employees. That should be published. It should be public, right? That's one thing. But I think at the very beginning, VC should be saying, these are my expectations financially from you. And I think startups, if they're not hearing that from the VCs, they should be asking, what are your financial expectations, right? And
Yeah.
even if the VC doesn't ask for it, you should be providing that balance statement every single month.
Yeah, no, that's really good advice. Well, Micah, thank you for jumping on here, man. Thank you for sharing your
Absolutely.
knowledge with everybody. Hope you guys got some good value on that one, and we will catch you on the next episode.
Have a good one.